Welcome to the highlights of It's a Woman's World, a show which looks at any and all topics under the sun from a woman's point of view, featuring Ali Naithani and Janine Stiles. Our show talks with women and girls of all ages and stations in life, including one named Mary Robinson.
It's a little more Irish in St. Paul today. We're at the University of St. Thomas, St. Paul campus.
There's plenty of Mary Robinsons in the world, but only one who's the former president of Ireland. And we're talking with her today.
Up next on It's a Woman's World.
President Robinson, can you tell us a little bit about the speech you're doing tonight?
I was very pleased that there was an interest in how this severe economic and financial crisis is impacting on women and children. Maybe when I'm speaking I'll take a more international view than some of the audience will be thinking about. But I think that's good, because it's only when you look at the impact internationally that you realize that despite the fact that we had a Beijing conference 15 years ago, because we're marking 15 years from that conference on women in China, women still internationally do not have full equality. We still have struggles to fight.
Yes, yeah.
Martin Luther King's birthday was the occasion for the following conversation.
Yeah. Well, I was at a Martin Luther King celebration, and it was a wonderful celebration, and just a little bit was about Martin, actually, which was kind of fun. But what the message was during the talk about Martin was that a lot of people seem to be waiting for another Martin. And that the message they were trying to drive home was that we don't have to wait for a big figure like that.
That's
that
right.
Everyone should be taking action every day in their daily
day.
lives, like little bits and pieces. What do you guys think about that?
We all are a piece of Martin.
Oh, absolutely.
Both blacks, whites, Asians. I mean, if you were truly going to live out his dream, then to model and create a world in which we are exercising freedom, where people look at not only the color of the skin,
That's right.
but are embracing people by the quality of their character. And so I really think
we've heard that before.
We
somewhere.
have.
Yeah. I like it.
She's prophetic.
That's good.
But I mean, we all are part of his dream, and we are living on the back of the work that he did. And you think about that, and it just when we give these children, our children, black and brown children, an opportunity to see his legacy and what he did, I mean, it just makes them want to do better.
Another of our favorites was Sergeant Ann Bebo of the St. Paul Police Department, who described an incident that occurred very early in her tenure.
We were downtown, and we turned the corner, and there was a man there with a rifle with a scope on it who had another man at gunpoint, and he was about to kill him. And so I had to get out of my squad car with my shotgun, and it was me and him in a standoff, and I was just starting to pull the trigger, and I was ordering him to drop the weapon, and he dropped it. So we were able to take him into custody. But right off the bat, it starts immediately. You don't get much of a training-in period, really, when you're a police officer. The minute you hit that street, you're counted on to be in any possible situation that could happen.
In that moment, you can think about that moment, but when you're actually in that moment, do you, in that situation, did you feel calm and collected, or?
I can tell you my mind was very focused, and I knew exactly what I had to do, and I was very intent on what was going to have to happen next. But for some reason, everything from the top of me was very calm and steady and focused and ready to go, and I couldn't stop my legs.
They were shaking. They were shaking.
Yes, in fact, my FTO. And I was like 21 years old. I was just a baby, and I think about one of my daughters having to be put in that situation, and I think that's a very young person to be having to be in a life or death situation.
Right.
But my FTO said to the man, you better drop the gun, because she's a new recruit and she's got a very itchy trigger finger.
The show invites on teen leaders to discuss topics of importance to them.
Yeah, I think that's where the balancing comes in. You have to be able to learn, to know when is your time that you need to study. When can you have time to hang out with your friends? When can you have time to, go hang out with your little brothers or sisters, You have to plan it out. I think you have to.
It's all about managing your time if you want to accomplish everything. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. And I also think that you have to kind of somehow stretch your time, like not actually stretch it, but sort of maybe try and do some things faster, because you get pressure from even more people as you get older. Your teachers pressure you more and your parents do, but also if you're into sports or if you sing or act, your coaches will pressure you more and want you to practice that more too. So
we spoke with someone with a very important message to communicate. In this segment, Dr. Ellen Kennedy of the Center for Holocaust and Genocide Studies hands Ali, and by extension all the rest of us, a tool we can use to help combat genocide.
You have a resource for them.
I do.
Okay, great.
When you see an accident on the highway, you pull out your cell phone and you call 911.
I've done it many times.
And it costs you nothing.
Right.
It's a toll-free call. There is now a hotline, we call it an anti-genocide hotline, to reach your elected officials. The number is 1-800-GENOCIDE.
That's
And
it. Just
it's that
1-800
simple.
genocide. Okay.
And in numbers, it's actually 800-436-6243.
Okay.
And when you call that number, you will hear very simple steps that you can take.
Hello, this is Mia Farrow. Thank you for calling the hotline to prevent and stop genocide. In a moment, you will be able to choose which elected official you would like to call.
For your viewers, they need to know that Ali is contacting Representative Betty McCollum's office.
Calling the office of Congresswoman Betty McCollum, representing Minnesota's 4th Congressional District.
Hi, this is Ali Naithani. I'm calling from our show, It's a Woman's World, and we are raising awareness today about the gender-based violence in Darfur. We just want to thank you for all your hard work, and we certainly encourage you to continue the efforts that have been made so we can resolve all the issues and problems that are going on in Darfur. Thank you.
Great.
That was wonderful.
Well, that was really easy.
That was very easy. So you had to follow a few prompts and answer some questions on it, but it wasn't too hard. You entered your zip code and selected whether you wanted to talk to your representative, senator, or the White House. That's
Exactly.
great.
Each and every one of us is responsible. It is our problem. And we all can stand up. We all have
Absolutely.
a responsibility.
Hi, I'm Janine Stiles with It's a Woman's World.
And so, from the clubhouse at Interlaken Golf Course in Edina, Minnesota, home of the 2008 U.S. Women's Open Golf Tournament, to a tour of a glorious garden in Dehradun, India.
This shrub alley has beautiful hanging flowers.
And back to the Twin Cities for a performance by the Bollywood Sisterhood in our studio. It's a Woman's World. For more information about our show, visit our website at www.womansworldtv.net. To see clips, go to YouTube and enter our username IAWWTV. Or for direct inquiries, contact the producer-director Michael Rosberg at the addresses provided. On behalf of Ali and Janine and everyone associated with the show, thank you for your time and attention.